like you're in a bath and they just go straight back up to the top. In fact, it's really hard to kind of keep them down at all. You just float on the top. You're weightless.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Skip, aka Skip and Tosh here of the Sactown Breakdown. Oh, we're breaking down another one. We're breaking down a heartbreaker too. Was this really a heartbreaker? I don't know. I felt a little more anger than anything. Anyway, if you're new, welcome back. If you're new, welcome for the first time. This is your first time. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Skip of the Sactown Breakdown, here to break down each and every single Kings game for you this year of this 82 season. If you would like to, like the video so that way it helps us spread, subscribe. Of course, you can turn on notifications if you want to get the bell for every time we upload a new one. We upload game recaps, various different discussions on the Sacramento Kings in between that time. Going to be looking to bring on some more guests this season too. So if you're a fan of the Sacramento Kings and just want to have more of a discussion and hear more people talk about them, the Sactown Breakdown is the place for you. And without further ado, we'll jump straight into this Sacramento Kings versus the Dallas Mavericks game. 99-105. Sacramento Kings take the L on this one. Oh my gosh, this one really bugged me for multiple reasons that we'll get into. But let's just start off with what the quarters looked like. The Sacramento Kings went cold in the first quarter. We'll talk about that towards the end. 22 points, Dallas 31. 25 for the Kings in the second, 22 for Dallas in the second. The third was the Kings 25. Dallas scored more again with 29. And then finally, Kings figure it out in the end, 27 to Dallas's 23. But by that time, it's too late and the game is over. Your goose is cooked. Let's take a look at the game leaders. Luka Doncic with 23 points. Rashon Holmes with 22. Holmes with 13 rebounds. Luka with 8. 5 assists from Harrison Barnes, 10 assists from Luka, 3 steals from Barnes, and 2 steals from Dorian Finney-Smith. We'll go right over into stats. We're just gonna truck right along with this one. Let's look at the Dallas Mavericks first. Luka in his 35 minutes again had 23 points. He was 10 of 21 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3. Those are looking like De'Aaron Fox numbers right there. 8 rebounds, 10 assists. So again, flirting with his triple-double. Tim Hardaway Jr., well, we can't tell because the iPad wanted to do its own thing. After that comes back up, we'll take a look at what Tim Hardaway Jr. had. Right back in. You're gonna treat me good. Stats. In Yahoo app, I like when you treat the skip good. When you treat the skip good, good things happen. There we go. All right. Tim Hardaway Jr., 16 points, 5 of 14 from the field, but 4 of 11 from 3. And 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Dorian Finney-Smith, 13 points in his 35 minutes, had 6 rebounds. Dwight Powell, 12 points, had 8 rebounds. And Maxi Kleber, 7 minutes, had 7 points. Still dealing with his injury, I believe, so they went ahead and just pulled him out right after that. Frank Ntilikina, 20 minutes, had 12 points. We'll talk about him in a minute. 2 assists. Jalen Brunson felt like he had more of an impact. 8 points, 3 of 10 from the field. And we also had Reggie Bullock, 7 points in his 21 minutes, had 3 assists. Willie Cauley-Stein had 13 minutes, 4 points. So much for Willie Cauley-Stein making Karl-Anthony Towns money and getting a bag. That didn't turn out to be what happened with his career, but I do wish Trilly the best. Cool dude overall. Hope he's still painting. I actually liked his art. It's pretty solid. All right, going over to the Sacramento Kings here. The iPad already went over there. There we go. We're just waiting for the streaming application. Rashon Holmes in his 26 minutes, 22 points, 9 of 15 from the field. Hit a three-pointer. Let's go, Rashon. He remains 100% from beyond the arc. 13 points, 13 rebounds, so he got his double-double. Also had 2 steals. Harrison Barnes, 15 points in 38 minutes. Struggling a little bit this game. He was 5 of 16 from the field, only 1 of 8 from 3. So he's still getting up his at least 8 three-pointers like Luke Walton wanted. They just weren't dropping this time. He also had 10 rebounds. De'Aaron Fox in 39 minutes, almost 40 minutes of playing, 14 points, 5 of 16 from the field, 8 rebounds for Fox, 4 assists. 3 turnovers, not as many as before. That's good. 33 minutes for Tyrese. He had 14 points, 5 of 14 from the field, very similar to Fox. Fox shot 1 of 4, so Fox is bringing those three-point attempts down like I've been asking him to, like we've been talking about. That's a good thing. But Tyrese, I would like him to shoot one more because I'd rather have him be 2 of 5 from 3 than have him be 1 of 4 from 3. But still struggling a little bit from beyond the arc, which is not what we know of Tyrese. 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Maurice Harkless only played 16 minutes, and I felt like he was out there longer. But he only had 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field, had 5 rebounds, though. Tristan Thompson had 21 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field. Only had 5 rebounds, but he was doing some other work. He was getting some other people rebounds, that's why. Buddy Hield played 30 minutes, only had 11 points this time around, only 4 of 13 from the field, only 3 of 12 from 3. Also had 8 rebounds, though. Contribute some of those to Tristan Thompson for, clearing out the paint for him. Davion, 25 minutes, 6 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block. Terrence Davis played 8 minutes, had 2 points, 1 rebound, and a turnover, and a foul. We will take a look at what the team stats were because, like I say, this always paints a picture. I'm going to tell you right now, we did not shoot the 3 very, very good, and that is going to reflect down here. They were 44% from the field, 40 of 90. We were 38 of 96. We had more attempts, and we didn't convert. We were 40, or actually not even 40, 39% from the field. 7 of 36 from 3. We shot 19% from beyond the arc. They only shot 22%. 32%. They didn't shoot a hell of a lot better, significantly better, but they made 5 more, and that helped them a lot. Especially, they got a lot of those in the first quarter, let me tell you. Off of 37 attempts. So we shot about the same amount of threes, but they made more. Free throws, we were 80%. Gosh, that's still really bad for us, but better than some other games, 16 of 20. So we were getting to the line, just we needed to hit all of those. We only missed 4, but hell, if we wouldn't have missed any of them, we would have been a lot closer in this game. We'll talk about that. And then they shot worse from the charity stripe, 65%, 13 of 20 from there. So they missed 3 more than us. They had 4 more assists, 20 to 24. We had 56 rebounds. They had 45. We out-rebounded them and still lost. We'll talk about that. We had 17 offensive rebounds. They had 10 and we lost. We'll talk about that. They had 8 steals. We had 6. 3 blocks for them. Turnovers, we had 12. They had 3. They had 3 less. They had 9. Look. We got beat in the first quarter. It was over pretty much over in the first 3 minutes. Now, when I say over, maybe I should say writing on the wall, because the Kings did battle back, and I'll give the Kings credit for that. Now, we had to do a hockey-style lineup change, and we pulled out, if not almost all of our starters and put in our bench people because our starters just weren't getting it done. They were looking disheveled, discombobulated, confused. They were we would miss on one end, and I remember Luka Doncic just rifling a pass down court to, I think it was Dwight Powell, and there's just no one down there to defend him, and it was easy too. They got up on us I think we blew the whistle when they were at 12 and we were at 3, and we were 3 minutes into the game. Maybe we weren't even 3 minutes. We might have been 2 minutes into the game. They just hopped on us like that. They were off a really bad. The Dallas Mavericks was off a really bad and an embarrassing loss to, I believe it was the Jazz, where they got blown out. It was just a bad. So this was a revenge game for them and for us, or at least a bounce back game for them. But for us, we just sleepwalked into it. Another midday game, starting the game at 12:30, and we just we were sleepwalking through the first part of the game. Now, again, we had some people that came in and gave some energy. We had Tristan Thompson came in, and we needed a big body to put on, Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell, even put a little weight on Willie Cauley-Stein, former Sacramento King. And, that made a difference. He brought in energy, and it was contagious, and people felt it. Of course, Davion came in, brought some energy, defense picked up, people felt it. Those are game changers, and we need to go to those people maybe a little sooner than later when things aren't working out. Now, I understand the idea behind Luke Walton wanting to trust his starting lineup, giving them time to work and develop and can see something happen. But the thing is that we're not an established team, so we just need to do whatever it's going to take to win. Ain't no room for egos here. And, and then if this is a bunk philosophy that isn't helping us win games. They did not have Porzingis this game. Dallas Mavericks didn't have Porzingis. We should have been hopping on them and taking advantage of that. Instead, we take a L to them. And weren't they on off a back-to-back? Let me just double check, because they might have been coming off of a back-to-back. Dallas Mavericks. I'm double checking now. Regardless of the case, in the first 3 minutes, we were down so much. I think it was something like 17 to 6 or something like that. It was crazy. And I was just like, we lost the game there, and then we had to battle back the entire time. There was a nice, the game got really fun along in the third and the fourth quarter, especially the fourth. There was a period of time, about 3 to 4 minutes, where we were just trading buckets back and forth, and we were catching up, and they would miss, and we come back down, and we would score, and it was really fun. But then we missed a few, and they stepped on the gas, and we went from taking it from like 11-point lead to it was down to 2, I believe. I know for sure I remember the 4, but I think we got it as close as 2. And then our defense just started falling apart when shots stopped dropping for us. And they just, they hit a couple back-to-back threes in a row, got some paint points, and the game was back outside of reach, for us. So yeah, that was kind of that. Of course, yeah, De'Aaron Fox continues to struggle. I like that he cut the threes down. But, like I said, those can be opportunities for other people to get more efficient buckets, or even swing the ball around, let it come back around to you, and then Fox shoot a catch and shoot 3, which he's shooting a higher percentage. He's shooting a higher percentage of catch and shoot 3s than his overall 3-point percentage, which I believe right now is at like 18% or something like that. So I think, I think before when we checked it was at 16%. Right now I think it's at like 18. It's 17.1. De'Aaron Fox is shooting 17.1 from 3 right now. Yeah, man. So, again, like I said, he continues to struggle. Buddy Hield's struggles, though, is really what hurt us in this game because, 2 more Buddy Hield 3-pointers and Kings win. But that's almost always the case, right? Or same thing, like, Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes hits 2 more. Harrison Barnes goes 3 for 8 instead of 1 and 8, and we win. But here's the thing. We're putting up a lot of threes, and I understand why we are, but we do have people that can go in and, and get to the line or even just flat out get the bucket instead of going up for the foul, because I feel like we go for the foul more often than we go for the paint bucket. And also get the idea, shoot from beyond the arc, easier to transition back to defense. And we are not a great free throw shooting team. So I can understand the concept of us shooting, like instead of going for more, scoring around the bucket, potentially getting fouled and then not converting at all. We shoot the 3 and, just get back on defense instead of someone falling on the floor. Now it's a 5-on-4 fast break, transition defense, and we get scored on. So I understand that concept. That concept is not lost on me. I think we just need to balance it out a little bit or introduce a few other things and transition that a little bit. And I get that it's, we're up here talking. We're not playing the games. It's not easy to, switch the gears the way that the players do, but they're also professionals and they get paid money to do that. At my job, I can say it's not easy for me to shift gears from, talking to one type of person and then talking to another type of person, doing a completely different type of project. But here's the thing. I'm a professional. I get paid to do that. So I either figure it out or I don't. And it's the same thing with them. They either we're talking about it, but they either figure it out or they don't. And, I'm going to put a lot of that on, Luke Walton to figure that out. Now, I'm not putting this whole game on Luke Walton. A lot of people put up a lot of shots that didn't fall. And it's not like it came down to, like, the last few. Well, it almost came down to the last few minutes. It was still within reach in the last few minutes. I mean, really, it wasn't till the last minute of the game that it was all the way out of reach. Even when it came down to 2 minutes, we were still in the game. But my point is that a lot of people put up a lot of shots and they didn't fall. And they were good shots too. Tyrese Halliburton must have shot 2 wide open threes and missed both of them. You know what I mean? And one of them was at a crucial time when we really needed it. He was wide open. We were exchanging back and forth with the Dallas Mavericks and he just didn't hit it. So shots didn't drop. I can put it on that, but, I got to put a little bit on Luke Walton with how this team started the game. The team takes on the mentality of the coach and their point guard. I think it's well documented. De'Aaron Fox is a laxed individual. De'Aaron Fox is get it how you live, easy breezy. Let me get in, let me do my thing. He'll go in, he'll bang, he'll go to the paint and attack and everything when he wants to, but he does not have an attack mentality. And we need an attack mentality. We're not good enough to be too cool for school. We're not talented enough to win games like that, and he's not scoring enough to. I mean, if he was putting up 25 points per game right now, I would say, De'Aaron Fox in his blasé ways can continue. But when Fox was the most effective and the most efficient last year was when he had an attack mentality. He wasn't blasé. He kind of kept his scoring up throughout most of the season with a blasé attitude. But when he was like the best fourth quarter player in the league, for a month or two or whatever, 6 weeks, he had an attack mentality down the end of the games. He was attacking them, not just going in. Not I'm gonna go to the lane. Not I'm gonna cook this guy and go in. It's I'm gonna rip you apart like you're food. Like it's a different mentality. And it matters in this game. We got a bunch of professionals in the small little small increments. One decision, one mindset could be the difference between going home a winner and going home a loser. Now, with all that in perspective, the Kings are 3-3 after 6 games. We looked at the schedule, and I said the Kings can easily go 1-5 or 0-6 to start the season. We're 3-3. So I'm annoyed that we didn't win this game when it was very winnable. And I'm even more annoyed that we pretty much let the game get out of control within the first 3 minutes and had to battle back the whole entire time. And I'm not happy that all that happened without Porzingis there. We didn't take advantage of that. So for all of those reasons is why this game was frustrating for us to lose. But and it would have been nice to be 4-2. We need that. But we're 3-3. We're 500 after 6 games after a difficult schedule, and we got some more difficult games coming up, mind you. But overall, the start of this game hurt us, and even when we got a little momentum, we never protected the paint enough to keep it up. And that's the other tough part. I think for the players' mentality, seeing how free our paint was, because our paint was free. I mean, it was like we were on the side of the road, like with the Kings paint right there with the stick sticking out of it, free. Please take one. We don't want these. Like, we just didn't want to defend our paint, And I think that's it's one thing when a guy scores on you and you play really good defense and you're like, all right. Sorry about that in the mic. And then you get next play mentality. But when it's like, okay, we're back on defense. Damn, bro, nobody was there. Like, that's deflating. Like even you as or whoever as a basketball player, you're just like, we didn't even give ourselves a chance. We didn't even give ourselves a chance to defend the goal. So that's really frustrating, very very frustrating, and it's frustrating for us. Sorry. So with that said, let's take a look at the preview of the next game for the Sacramento Kings. I believe we play the Jazz next. Let me just make sure that is the case. Let's pull up the schedule, and let's take a look at it. All right. So, yes, indeed. We play the Utah Jazz next, November 2nd. Let's preview it real quick, and we'll get out of here. I'm trying to make these videos a little shorter for y'all as well, because I know it's a lot to watch a 36 or a 40-minute video. Some people got time for it in this podcast style. I'm going to try to bring it down just a little bit more for y'all and get out of here this time by the 21-minute mark. Next time around try to get out of here by the 17-minute mark. I'm betting on Sac, and there ain't a lot of us that are. All right, Kings look to reverse tide and rematch versus confident Jazz. When the game is on the line in Milwaukee on Sunday night, Donovan Mitchell stepped up to bring the Utah Jazz home victorious. The All-Star guard ended the Bucks' late surge by scoring 2 straight buckets after the defending champions had whittled a 17-point deficit down to just 4 with 1:39 left. Mitchell ended up scoring 11 of 28 points in the fourth quarter to help Utah bounce back from its loss of the season in Chicago. Thank you for that game preview from Yahoo Sports. So let's see. Let's just look at the league rankings right now. We'll talk about it and then we're out of here. All right. So Right now, they are 10th in points scored. We are 12th. So they're averaging 111. We're averaging 109 now. So we were averaging 111 as well. But this was the first game, I think, where we got held under 100 points. Rashon Holmes hit a three-pointer right at the buzzer, but it ended up not counting. Field goal percentage, they're 15th. We've slipped back to 17th. Free throw percentage, they're 85. They're third in the league. We are 78.9. We're ninth in the league. League as a whole is not shooting free throws very good right now. But more surprising than that, really just seeing us ninth right now is what's interesting. But we need to be there. That last game where almost everybody hit their free throw, like, really helped us out. 3-point percentage, they are 17th in the league right now. We are 23rd. We're shooting 31.7%, but they're only shooting 32.5% as a team. And isn't that interesting? They're middle of the pack shooting that low. So it seems like as a whole right now, the NBA is not shooting the three at a very high clip. 3 points made, they're at 81, so they're 10th in the league. We're at 71, so we're 18th in the league. Total rebounds, they're 5th in the league. We're 11th in the league. Assists, they're 30th in the league. What? 17.7 assists? How are the Utah Jazz, with some of the most beautiful ball movement in the league next to Golden State, how are they 30th for assists? They've been playing a bunch of ISO ball or something? That's weird. We're 18th, so we're averaging 22 assists. They're only averaging 17. Okay, that's interesting. Turnovers, they're averaging 14.7, so they're 15th. We're averaging 13.5, so we're 13th. So they have more turnovers than us right now, too, while not moving the ball. That's weird to me. Block shots, they're 10th. Of course, they got the Stifle Tower or Rudy Gobert. We're 20th with 4.5. Harrison Barnes is averaging 0.3 more points than Donovan Mitchell, so 23.3 versus Mitchell's 23. Rudy Gobert is averaging 17 rebounds per game right now. Holmes is averaging 10.5. Foxworth averaging 6 assists right now. And then we got D. Mitch averaging basically about 5. And Rashon Holmes averaging 1.5 blocks, while Royce O'Neal is averaging 1.8 steals. So that's what we're looking at right now. We're playing. Okay, so we're playing in Utah. That's right, because we're on the road right now. I'm not expecting us to win this game. I hope we do. What I would like from this game is that we're competitive. That's what I mean. What I would love is for us to win. Obviously, I would like to see us competitive. What I want to see above all, really two things. I want to see De'Aaron Fox be aggressive and attacking his defenders. He doesn't use pick and roll very well, and that's unfortunate. Like, I think of a world where, like, the NBA had, like, a league where it was just, like, a bunch of ISO play. Fox would be, like, one of the top players. It'd be ridiculous. I'd say he'd be top 5. But that's not the case. So he needs to learn how to use the pick and roll better. He doesn't use it very well. So with that, he's got to be aggressive with attacking his defender. He's got to be aggressive with attacking the paint. And I would also like to see Tyrese Halliburton continue to be aggressive attacking as well. So basically, our two starting guards, I would just like to see them aggressive. I would like to see Fox end with 22 to 25. I would like to see Halliburton end with 17. And I would like to see Buddy Hield take more catch and shoots, a few more less off the dribble. And that's really it. Davion, keep doing Davion things. Keep doing what Davion's doing. He's still figuring it out, but he's being aggressive on defense. And he's taking the threes aren't dropping right now. He's shooting a bad percentage from 3 officially after that last game. But the shot will fall. The shot looks good. They're wide open. They will fall. I think he needs to come in a little bit. I see him like 3 feet back from the line, 2 feet back from the line. I think he just needs to come in a little bit. I would like to see him shoot a little bit closer when he can. But when he's wide open, he's just got to take it, and get it up there. Tyrese Halliburton as well. I want to see him pass up on less wide open shots, or even less shots where a defender is far away but closing out. I want to see him I don't even want to, shoot 2 of those first and then pump fake and put it on the floor for a play. That's what I'd like to see from Tyrese. Everybody else, like Harrison Barnes, keep doing what you're doing. Maurice Harkless, we're how much longer is he going to be in the starting lineup? We'll see. It's not. I'm not saying my answer is just throwing Marvin Bagley, but I would like to see Bagley play more. There's a few instances where we could have just, I mean, even if we just would have got like 2 more buckets, I mean, Bagley would have done that in the paint or just, in transition, just throw it up in the air and let him grab a few of those, bring them down, alley-oop style. So that's what I like to see. But overall, I feel like our bigs are doing the best that they can. A lot like most bad defense from our bigs is our guards selling them out. And, De'Aaron Fox going under a lot of screens. And when he goes over, just like not really disturbing the hip and the side, of the defender to kind of just, be able to just contest from the side. So, it's a lot of that. Of course, Reese gets taken out. Like if someone throws a really good screen at Reese, he gets kind of taken out of the play, and that's just tough. He's just got to get stronger. That's hard. But we just got to do our best there. And then when we get in the offense, we need more ball movement. We're running more actions, but somehow it's not resulting in more ball movement. Bodies can move a little bit more too. I would like to see that. I still think we have opportunity to do a little bit more like off-ball stuff. I feel like we only really do that when Buddy Hield's in the game, and sometimes we do it for Harrison Barnes. But I'd like to see us like do it for Harrison Barnes more more often because I can tell sometimes when we do that for him, he's not used to it, and he's looking to like just be in the corner and hit the open three like they usually have him do, or going for a rebound. But when they set a screen and he comes off of it, sometimes he's like, "Oh, a screen's coming? like you guys are doing something for me? Wow, thanks." And I would just like to see Luke, you obviously he's shooting the best 3-point percentage on the team next to Alex Lynn and Richie Rich, Rashon Holmes. So run more stuff for him, and next to Buddy Hield, but run more stuff for him for those threes. And I think it's going to result in more successful attempts, and could help win us games like this. But again, Sacramento Kings fall to the Dallas Mavericks 105-99. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Again, if you can give the video a like to help it spread, I really appreciate that. Turn on notifications if you want to catch the videos as soon as they go up. Usually they go up within 24 hours of the game. And if it's a back-to-back, I get them out sooner. It's just sometimes, it's tough to get them up the same night or even sometimes in the morning, because I got real life going on. But I do commit to, working my way to get them out faster for y'all. My main goal is just to cover all 82 and have some conversations in the middle. But once I can get that going at a steady pace, I will commit to getting them out more the night of. But I'm a Kings fan too, so I get caught up watching, Deuce and Mo. I'll be having like Deuce and Mo, Royal Rebounds, and Cowbell Kingdom, like on 3 different monitors, and then like Sactown Pete will put up a video, and then like I'm watching that on my phone, and it's like it's like this circle of Kings media. So I get caught up watching, and the post game shows, and just like everybody else. But I'll try to commit to getting these out, just to so they're once you exhaust everybody else, you can come to the Sactown breakdown and hear us say maybe totally different things than what everybody else is talking about, or maybe some of the same stuff. Shout out to Leo from Cowbell Kingdom. Shout out to Vince Miracle over there at Cowbell Kingdom. They had me on the other night. It was really like a call-in open thing, but you know me, I popped up and we were talking, and they were very gracious. So I always want to give shout outs, and respect and praise and honor to the people that treat me well and treat me with respect and and show love. So I appreciate it, y'all. Thank you very much. This is Skip with the Sactown Breakdown. We will be breaking things down for the next game. Tune in then. Peace, y'all.
When St. Dolphins are released.